Chiku from Chiku Study Corner, and today I'll be dealing with the part 2 of electric charges and fields. So without any further ado, let's get into the chapter. So before watching this part, make sure you've watched the part 1. If not, it's there in the description below. Please go and watch it. So without any further ado, let's learn. So first point we have to learn now is electric field. So electric field is the force experienced by a unit positive charge placed at the point. So let's take an example. We learn what is electric field. So before that we have to write some short forms for each term. So E is electric field. Capital Q is source charge. Small q is test charge. And R is the distance between Q and Q. Okay? So now we know the equation for force. We learned what is electric field. Force experienced by a unit positive charge at a point. So it's a force. So let's write F is equal to K Q1 Q2 divided by R square. So we know it is a force experienced by unit positive charge. So E is equal to F divided by Q. Q is the unit positive charge. The unit positive charge is known as the test charge, and the charge which is bigger and which gives the electric field is known as the source charge. So this is what do you call as electric field. We'll write the equation. So we know F is equal to K Q1 Q2. For us, which is Q1? Q1 is the source charge. Okay. So this is Q, and Q2 is the normal Q, the test charge, divided by R was our distance. So R square into R cap. We always write this because it's a vector. So this is R cap. So what is it? And this is the equation for F. Now divided by Q, we have a Q over here. Q is over here now. Now this Q and this Q get cancelled. Now what is the equation? E electric field is equal to K Q divided by R square into R cap. So this is the equation for electric field. Okay. So now we have to learn about the charge. How is it, the direction, etc. So always, since a charge, representation of field lines of the charge is always by arrows and lines, etc. So let's see how is it for a positive charge and a negative charge. So first we will take the case of we took a test charge. So we will take the same test charge over here. Let it be plus Q. So if the charge is positive, then what happens? The field lines are okay. The field lines are outwards. Okay. That is, field lines start from positive. Whereas if the charge or the test charge is negative, what happens? The field lines are inwards, towards the charge. So let's take a case of a dipole. So we'll draw a dipole and then we'll see. So if it's a dipole, what's a dipole? Dipole is two charges that is kept in a distance. That is, if there is a positive charge and there is a negative charge which is separated by a distance of 2L. Okay, there is a dipole. So let us see. So we will draw the dipole and then we will see how the field lines for a dipole are. This is positive, this is negative. So what did I say? From positive, what would happen to positive? The field lines are outwards. So we'll start from here, go to here. Over here it's inside. Again from here and it'll go inside. Again from here, it'll go inside. From here also, it'll go inside. It'll go inside. Yeah, from here, positive to negative. So what did we learn? From here, what it is happening? It is moving out. Yeah, it's moving out. And from here, what is happening? It's moving inside. So let's mark it to be, yeah. So it comes, it leaves. So this is for a dipole. So we now have to know what is electric field line. So before learning about the next thing, that is the field lines, we have to discuss some points about the electric field itself. So first one is the source charge. Now I told you the source charge can be a point charge or a group of charges, or a group or system of charges. So to talk about if the charge is a point charge, if the source charge is a point charge, it's a point charge, and from the charge, this is, let's say, x, and makes a, let's draw a circle. Yeah, this is all x radius. Okay, so what I'm going to tell is, wherever in this circle or the circumference of this circle, wherever the before dealing with electric field lines, let's see some more points about electric field. Okay. Before dealing with electric field lines, let's see something more about electric field. So first thing I have to tell you is, if the source charge we took the source charge, it can be a point charge or a system of charges. It can either be a point charge or it can be a system of charges. But the unit positive charge is only a single charge. Okay. So let's see. So now I'll tell you about the source charge. This is the point source charge, and there's a distance x. Okay. Assume it to be a circle with radius x. So this is the radius. So wherever in the circumference of this circle, if you look, the magnitude of electric field would be same. Okay, what is it? At any point equidistant from the point charge, the electric field magnitude is a constant. It's the same. Okay, so this is about it. Now let's see about the what. So now let's see about the field lines. Field lines. So they are the representations of electric field lines of a charge. Okay. So this has some properties. Before going to properties, I showed you about the dipole, how it is. I'll show you one more. Okay. So just to get you to know what is electric field lines. So as told, the positive charge, I drew like this before, no? So these these lines, the marks I have put, these are known as the electric field lines, okay? So now let's see a case of a light charge kept together. If there's a light charge, this is positive, this is also positive. What would happen? And we have to draw a line in between to draw this, okay? So from positive, what will happen? It will move out, it will move out, it will move out, it will move out. This is the case over here. Over here also. This is it. So over here it will become like this. What does this show? Like charges repel. So this is what it shows, like charge repels. So this is the field line representation of when light charge comes together. So we'll discuss about the properties of electric field lines. So now we'll discuss about properties. So the first property is the field lines start from positive and end in the negative. The second point is if there's only one charge, it will either start or end at infinity. So let's see. If there's a positive charge, what will happen? Let's draw the lines and then we'll say. This is the field lines. So from positive it moves outwards, no? So since there's no other charge, it's directed to infinity. Whereas if there's a negative charge over here, these two are in different situations, okay? Okay, we'll rub it and draw it again. So let's mark this with blue. So this is negative charge. What would happen? We'll draw the field lines again. What is it? In the negative charge, it comes to the negative charge. It's from positive to negative. So it's from somewhere to negative. So it's coming inside, inward. So now we'll see. From where does it come? There is no positive charge over here. It comes from infinity. So it either starts from infinity. In the case of negative, it starts. In the case of positive, it ends. Okay? So the next point is that the field lines cannot form closed loops. Okay, we can see that. We learned it before. If this is negative and this is positive, it moves from positive to negative, from positive to negative, from positive to negative. This is positive charge, this is negative charge. You can see it's not a closed loop. It is not going like this. No, it doesn't go like this and then go like this. It's the same direction. Over here also it's like this. So it's not closed loops. Okay. The next point is they are continuous curves. Okay. They are continuous curves. So the next point that we have to learn is the arrowhead on the field line gives the direction. So let's see. This is the field line. So this is a positive charge. How do you know the positive charge? We know it's moving outwards. How do you make it clear that it moves outwards? You put the arrow mark. So what does arrow mark show? The arrow mark shows the direction. If there is nothing given, okay, there's nothing given and the arrowhead marks are only given, okay. So if it is asked what is the nature of this charge, what is it? It is negative. How do you determine it? By the direction. How is the direction determined? By the arrowheads. Okay. So we learn the next point. So the next point that we have to learn is the electric field lines doesn't vanish abruptly. So if this is a positive charge and this is a negative charge, this is not only the possibility. It will move, it will move, it will move like this. Then only it will slowly, it will vanish. It's not an abrupt ending, but its field lines are moving away and away and away, and then only it ends. So why is this? We know that electric field E is equal to what? K Q K cube divided by R square. So what is it given? It is E is inversely proportional to R square, and hence the electric field lines cannot vanish abruptly. So the next point is no electric field lines intersect each other. So let us see that also. So let's make the positive and this negative. So let's say if there is the line going like this, at this point there is an intersection. What would happen? Over here the tangent would be to this side. Over here the tangent should be to this side. So at this point electric field will have two directions. So that is not possible. Electric field lines is a continuous curve. It cannot have two directions. So that is our next point. So what's our last point that we have to learn? The density of electric field lines. So how do you find out the density? Let's take, so this is the electric field lines, okay? And this is the paper. So the electric field lines passing through an area, perpendicularly. It should pass perpendicularly, not like this. It should be perpendicular to the surface. It should be perpendicular to the surface. So if perpendicular lines are passing through an area, the number of field lines passing through that area would determine the strength of electric field. So if there is, let's say, in this case, there are so many electric fields. Let's make it like this. Yeah, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's make it 8 more. Okay. So let's see. This is the same surface. Let's make this to be, let's say, 1 meter square area. And this is also 1 meter square area. How many field lines pass through this? There is like 1, 2, 3, 4. And maybe 5, but not that. Okay, 4. And how many passes through over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out of the 8 pass through here, and 4 out of the 8 pass through this one. So what does this imply? Over here, the electric field strength is strong. And over here, the electric field strength is weak. Okay? So that is all about properties that we have to learn. So now we are going to discuss about electric dipole. So what is electric dipole? Two opposite charges are kept at a distance of 2L. This is known as an electric dipole. So we have to learn the term dipole moment. So dipole moment is the product of the charges, either of the charges and what? The distance between them. So electric dipole moment is represented by the letter P. Okay, so we'll write the equation. P is equal to, we know what is the product of charge. Okay, so Q, charge. So Q into distance between them. It's 2L or 2A or 2X, anything. So we'll represent this 2A now. Let it be 2A. For convenience, if A is the starting letter. So this is the dipole moment. So the direction of dipole moment is from negative to positive. So the direction of dipole moment is always from negative to positive. So now we have to learn about the electric field intensity. We learned what is electric field intensity, no? Now we have to learn what is the electric field intensity on the axial line of a dipole, on the equatorial line of a dipole. So let us see about it. For the axial point first. So we'll take an electric dipole. This is plus Q, this is minus Q. So the axial line goes like this, okay? This is the axial line. And this axial line at the point, let's mark it over here. At this point, let's name it P or Q, anything. P, there is a test charge placed. So we know test charge is equal to unit positive charge. Okay, it's unit positive charge. So this is a positive small 1 coulomb charge kept over here. Unit positive charge is over here. Now we have to find out the electric field intensity experienced by this unit positive charge. Okay, the total electric field intensity. So we learned that electric field intensity is a vector sum of all the other individual electric field intensities. So for example, so let's take a point over here, and then we have a lot of charges in the exterior. Okay, so what is the electric field intensity of this, the total electric field intensity? Electric field intensity caused by this, and this. It's a total, it's addition, it's vector sum, it's just addition. So over here, this is the same thing that happens. So now we'll discuss about the length and this diagram in detail, and then we'll continue. So we know that an electric dipole is separated by a distance of 2a or 2l. So we will mark this to be the middle of this dipole. So this is A, this is A. Okay. And then the distance from the center is O, from the distance from center to the test charge is taken as R. Let's start this. This is taken as R. So this is the distance R and this is A. And then what else we know about the diagram? Then we'll explain it further when we learn. Okay. So this is the diagram in all. So let's see. So we learned what electric field intensity is a vector sum of all the other individual electric field intensities. So E total is equal to, let's name this to be A and B, the points A, B and P. Okay. So the electric field intensity by the positive charge on the side A to P, that is EA, plus the negative charge on B to P, that is EB. This is the total electric field intensity. Okay. So now what should we find out? The values of EA and EB. Let's find out the values of EA and EB. So we know that electric field intensity is what? Force by charge. So we'll write it 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. We know our charge. First is EA. No? What is the charge? It's plus Q. So it's plus Q divided by what? No need to give plus Q. It's just Q. No? Positive charge. There's negative. We can mention negative. There's nothing. So it's Q divided by what is the distance between A and P? What is the distance? That is, this total distance is R and this is A. So our distance is R plus A. So this is R plus A. Let's make it small r. Okay. Small r plus A. Okay. And then what is it? The whole square. Now we have to find about EB. The same way EB is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. The charge is minus. So this is minus Q divided by what? What is the distance between these points? This whole distance is R and this is A. So this distance is R minus A. Okay. So this is R minus A, the whole square. That is equal to minus Q by 4 pi epsilon 0 R plus R minus A, the whole square. So we learned E total is equal to what? EA plus EB. And we know that except for the negative sign, you take over the negative sign. Okay. The negative sign is there. Let's make it here. This much is same. See, this much is similar in both of them. So we'll take this out of the bracket. So we'll take it as total electric field intensity is equal to 1 by, no, Q by 4 pi epsilon 0. That is 1 into Q is Q. Q by 4 pi epsilon 0. Q by 4 pi epsilon 0 into, we will write it 1 by R plus A, the whole square, plus minus 1 by R plus, not R plus R, minus A, the whole square. So now we have to simplify this equation. Let's simplify it. So we know R plus A and R minus A, the LCM we have to find out, that is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon 0. What is this? Over here it will become r minus a the whole square plus minus r plus a the whole square divided by r plus a whole square into r minus a whole square. So this is our equation. So let's see about the equation. So now we'll write it after solving this. So that is, what is it? Q by 4 pi epsilon 0. R minus a the whole square is r square minus 2a. Yeah, it's minus 2. Yeah, minus. No, there's something wrong with this equation. Okay, this is supposed to be r minus a and this is r plus a. Yeah, because this is r plus a, r minus a. So we'll write it r square plus 2ar plus a square, and this is minus. Let the minus be there, and that is r square minus 2ar plus what? A square. Isn't the equation for r minus a the whole square divided by r plus a the whole square into r minus a the whole square. Here it is r plus a the whole square into r minus a the whole square. That is a plus b into a minus b. Okay, a plus b into a minus b is equal to a square minus b square. So a plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. So we will write it as r square minus a square the whole square, because this is the other equation was a plus b into a minus b. This is a plus b the whole square into a minus b the whole square. So we will write it as r square minus a square the whole square. So next we'll simplify the equation again, and then we'll open the bracket. So when you open the bracket, what happens? This is negative, this is positive, and this also becomes negative. So what happens? R square gets cancelled, a square get cancelled. Now what is there? That is 1 in q by 4 pi epsilon 0. 4, it's 2 plus 2, 4ar divided by r square minus a square. So what is 4ar? We know that q into 2a is equal to what? P. Yeah, so it's equal to P. That is, now we'll write it like this. Okay, this is equal to q by 4 pi epsilon 0 2 into a into 2 into r. Okay, we just simplify it, divided by r square minus a square the whole square. So now what is this? This is what? P, and P into 2. So that is, we'll write it 2P into R divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 R square minus A square. Okay, this is the equation for what? Axial line, a point on the axial line. So let us take this as a short dipole. What do you mean by a short dipole? The distance of A is much smaller than the distance between R. So we will neglect A. So we will see that situation also. So what happens when you neglect A? There is no A over here. Okay, there is a whole square here. Okay. So what will happen? So electric field intensity is equal to 2PR divided by 4 pi epsilon 0. What is this? R square. There is no A square. So it is the whole square. So this is equal to 2PR divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 R raised to 4. This will get cancelled and this will become 3. So that is equal to what? Electric field intensity. The electric field intensity is equal to 2p by 4 pi epsilon 0 into r cube. So this is the electric field intensity of a short dipole in the axial point. Next we will discuss about the same situation in the equatorial point. So now we will be dealing about the equatorial point, the electric intensity on the equatorial point of a dipole. So let's draw the diagram first. So this is a dipole, plus Q and minus Q. So what is a dipole? Dipole is it is something that has two equal and opposite charge placed at a distance of 2a, or it is separated by a distance of 2a or 2l. Okay, so this is a dipole. Now we take the equatorial point. So this is the equatorial line. So over here, let's take a point P. Let's name this A and this to be B. And then this is the center, so this is O, and this much distance, no? This distance is called or is A, and this much is also A. So we have to find the electric field intensity on this point. Here what is there? Here there is a test charge. A test charge is over here. What is a test charge? A test charge is a unit positive charge. So let's see. So over here, what will be the influence of plus Q on P and minus Q on P at that point? So let's see. So distance between A and P, and the distance between P and O is taken as R. Okay, so what would be the distance between A and P? That would be the applying Pythagoras theorem. So that would become the root of A square plus R square. So we'll write it as, what is the distance? A square plus R square, the whole raised to 1 by 2. That is root. Okay. Over here also the same, no? A square plus R square, the whole raised to 1 by 2. So this is the diagram. This is the angle theta, both the sides. And we know this is equal and opposite charges. So what would be happening over here? What would be the electric field intensity? Electric field intensity, total electric field intensity is the vector sum of all individual other electric fields. So we have to find E total. So E total is equal to what? E A plus E B. No? That is what we have to find. So let's see. So I just extended the equatorial line, that's it. Okay. So first thing, we know that the value of electric field by the positive charge and the negative charge is same, because this is equal and opposite. The distance between them is the same. So what is it? The magnitude of the electric field intensities of plus Q and minus Q is same. That is what I have written over here. See, magnitude of E plus Q is equal to E minus Q is equal to E. We represent as E. So E is equal to, the magnitude is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q by what? It is R square. What is the distance? The distance is A square plus R square, the whole raised to 1 by 2. So it's A square plus R square whole raised to 1 by 2. And that is R square. So again that whole raised to 2. This gets cancelled, this gets cancelled, and this becomes this. 1 into Q divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 bracket R square plus A square. So we'll remove this. That is Q by 4 pi epsilon 0 R square plus A square is the electric field intensity. So of each of them, okay. So we know the electric, now what we are going to do is, we will see how the positive charge and the negative charge acts upon this point. So over here, this is positive charge. A test charge is also positive charge. What will happen? Repulsion would happen. So where would this, what do you say, movement of the dipole or the movement of electric field be to? In this direction. Okay. So this is his E plus Q. Okay. And what would be over here? This is minus Q. And what is this? This is a positive charge. So what would happen? This will go inward. Okay. So this is what is happening over here. Then, so now we are going to do it in the bracket. We are going to split it into its components. So let's make it into its components. So we will represent E plus Q to be, let's say, E A. Okay. So we will imply it for just this moment. Okay. It's EQ, E plus Q itself what we are taking. So When you split E plus Q, how would it split into? It would be like this and this. Am I right? Yes. So what is on the top? Top is EA sin theta. Okay? It's EA sin theta. Over here it is EA cos theta. Okay? And then we will take this to be E minus Q is equal to EB. That is what we are representing. So we will split that too into its components. So what would be E sin theta? EB sin theta. This is EB sin theta and this is EB cos theta. So we know that the values of E, electric field intensity of the magnitudes of electric field intensity of each of them is equal. Therefore, equal and opposite. What is EA sin theta and EB sin theta? EA is positive charge and EB is negative charge. So what would happen? These two would get cancelled out. Okay? So the electric field in the vertical direction will get cancelled out. This is the vertical direction. So there is nothing that gets cancelled out. So the next is over here. Here what do you see? This is E horizontal. E vertical is cancelled. E vertical is not there. It's cancelled. So now we have to find E horizontal. So let's see E horizontal. So E horizontal we know it's given over here. It's very clear. E horizontal has these two components. See? So E horizontal is equal to E plus Q cos theta. We represent E plus Q cos theta as EA. So this is E plus Q cos theta plus E minus Q cos theta. So since I told you before itself, since the magnitudes of each of them are same, we will represent it either by plus Q or by minus Q. So I have taken here plus Q. Okay. So E horizontal is equal to, or E horizontal is itself, it's the total electric field. So let's make E total. So E total is equal to 2E plus Q cos theta. That is towards the which direction? Towards the right direction. Okay. And the dipole is from negative to positive. That is in the left direction. The dipole is in the left direction. Okay. So now we will consider the triangle AOP. So cos theta of AOP is what? AO divided by AP. So AOAP. What is our AO? AO is A and AP is this. Okay. So we have written that now. Now we have to similarly find it for this one also. So let's take triangle BOP. Cos theta is equal to BO by BP. That's equal to A divided by R square plus A square the whole raised to 1 by 2. So I just made the diagram much clearer and bigger. So now I'll just show you once more. This is EA cos theta and EB cos theta. This is so this diagram is drawn much clearer for your better understanding. So now we learn that the cos theta value is what? A divided by A square plus R square the whole raised to 1 by 2. This is what we learned to be cos theta. And now we know that what? E total is equal to what? 2 times that of E plus Q cos theta. Now we discussed what is EQ or what is E. What is E? E is equal to Q divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 A square plus R square. Am I right? Yes. So now we'll substitute it over here. So that is 2, what is this? Q divided by, this is 2E, okay? 2 plus E cos, 2e plus q cos theta. So 2 into e is q by 4 pi epsilon 0. What is this? A square plus r square. So this is what is this much. Now we have to substitute cos theta. This is cos theta, so we'll substitute it here. So what is cos theta? This is a. So we'll put a here, and then what is here? A square plus r square the whole raised to 1 by 2. So we'll write it. Sorry, this is square. Okay, this is this much only. Yeah, I'm right. So over here what we write? A divided by this. So a square plus r square whole raised to 1 by 2. Okay, so this is raised to 1 and this is raised to 1 by 2. So now we know that what is it? X raised to x. Okay, x raised to 1 plus x raised to half is equal to x raised to 1 plus, sorry. So now we know that x raised to 1 into x raised to half is equal to x raised to 1 plus half. Applying that formula over here, we get it as E is equal to 2QA divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 r square plus a square the whole raised to 1 plus 1 by 2. That is equal to what? We will simplify and write it as 1 plus 1 by 2 is equal to what? 1 by 2 is equal to 2 plus 1 divided by 2. That is equal to 3 by 2. So we will substitute 3 by 2 over here. So the value of 3 by 2 is substituted. So this is our equation what we got right now. And what do we know? 2qa or 2. Okay, we'll write in the proper form. 2qa. What is this? This is dipole moment P. Which direction is the moment in? Moment is from negative to positive. That is towards the left direction. So, okay, this is left, and where is our, what do you say, electric field or electric field intensity? Towards the right. So, we know that 2qa is dipole moment. So, what will we do? We'll substitute it over here. We'll write this 2qa and we'll put this P. Okay. So, this is our equation for dipole, not dipole moment, sorry, electric field intensity on the equatorial line or a point on the equatorial line of an electric dipole. So, now if we compare A to be very small, that is, the distance at this point is much greater than the distance between them. Okay, then we will neglect A. So, what will our equation become? Our equation will become, when it is for a short dipole, okay, short dipole. For a short dipole, E is equal to P divided by 4 pi epsilon 0. What is this? A is not there. So that is r square the whole raised to 3 by 2. So what is over here? That is P divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 r. Let me see, r square into 3 by 2. So this is r cube. So this is our equation for a short dipole for what do you say, an electric dipole moment, electric field intensity on an equatorial line. So this is our equation. So I hope you might have understand till this much of the chapter. So this is all for today's lesson. So see you on my next video. I will be uploading notes in the description below. Please go download it and read it. Also, please do subscribe to my channel if you are new and like my video if you liked it.